Hi, I'm Rory Markham, the Managing Principal of Adero Law.
My name is Erin, and I'm an employment lawyer in the Class Action Division of Adero Law.
Australia is now facing an unprecedented level of wage underpayment scandals across the retail sector, and companies behind some of the household's biggest names, such as Bunnings, Coles, Woolworths and Target, are reporting instances of underpayment to the tune of $500 million. Whilst this might seem to be a crisis, it's important to understand that these issues are not a recent phenomenon. It's important to understand how these issues arose.
This problem originates with the passage of the General Retail Industry Award on 11 September 2009 and an intentional decision made by large retailers through the Retail Association of Australia to move middle managers who are shift managers or supervisors onto fixed salaried arrangements, irrespective of how many hours they were rostered to work or did in fact work. In tandem with pushing people away from hourly rates of pay, employers began to demand increasingly more hours from their workforce whilst offering wage freezes that did not account for CPI. This decision meant that retailers were facing a ticking time bomb whereby salary workers were going to become increasingly underpaid as the years progressed, unless retailers took steps to ensure that they were compliant with the law.
Adero is Australia's leading underpayment class action firm, and we are not aware of any retailer that took steps to ensure that their managers were lawfully paid.
The two key examples of retailers underpaying salaried staff, Woolworths and Coles, were known to us prior to their respective media announcements. We were approached by current and former employees of these retailers who had been raising these issues internally for years. It is obvious that these retailers had no clear system for detecting such underpayments.
The classic example of this ticking time bomb is the lead in the Woolworths class action, Mr. Cameron Baker, who raised concerns as to why junior staff would receive significantly more income than himself, where he was the manager and he was performing more hours and more senior duties.
This ticking time bomb has now exploded in what will be Australia's largest set of underpayment claims across at least 40 major brands within the retail sector. It is Adero's considered view that there are substantially more underpayments to be admitted to by retailers, including ASX-listed retailers in coming weeks. There is a strong public scepticism where retailers are reporting low underpayments, but in truth are likely to record larger underpayments on review.
Importantly, if one considers the lessons of Colin Barris, initial estimates of underpayments are often wildly understated.
But what sits in its wake is the failure of employers to keep accurate records of all hours worked, and the belief that employers can rely on their central payroll system to determine what is only the half picture of the pay audit.
Whilst retailers will always cry that there is a complexity in the way that award wages are determined in this country, it is important to understand that where a retailer made a conscious decision to pay a minimum rate of pay, they cannot cry poor when they make an error and stuff it up. It was always open to retailers to operate with a fairer wage system and not select the minimum rate of pay. As they haven't taken this course, little sympathy can be had when they broke the law.
At Adero, we have developed a sophisticated system to complete wage audits of the Retail Industry Award and have applied that as against two of the large retailers so far. With great precision, we are able to determine the amount of underpayment to a standard that would allow an employer to understand their obligations and to make voluntary repayment quickly.
However, where an employer seeks to adopt a head-in-the-sand approach or to adopt an absurd interpretation of their obligations, then Adero will bring a class action to compel a fair outcome. It's time to take this position seriously and actually get a fair outcome. Join up and share your story with us at operationovertime.com.au.